Hi, I'm Lara and I help musicians get hired on cruise ships through one-on-one consultations, strategy sessions, and my group program. Over the past couple of years, I've worked with multiple musicians at different stages. Some just starting to research cruise ship work, others preparing materials, and some negotiating contracts. I wanted you to hear directly from them what the process was like, what they found helpful, and where they are now. These are real people I worked with in their own words.
Hello, my name is Santiago, and I wanted to take a moment to talk with you about Lara. I discovered Lara through one of her YouTube episodes on YouTube while I was, looking around, as I often do, and I stumbled across her episode talking about the lifestyle or how to become a cruise line piano bar entertainer. I am also a singer and piano player as well, but doing that job as a professional on a cruise line has always been something that I've always wanted to do, kind of one of my bucket list things, kind of a dream that I've always wanted to fulfill. So when I saw her videos, it really resonated with me and what she was talking about. After checking out the rest of her channel and some other videos, I decided to go ahead and book a strategy call with her. And a few days later, we did that strategy call, and I was very happy to do so because during our strategy call, I discovered that she's a very open person, a very honest person in the sense of just who she is on her video persona is pretty much what you get in real life, which was very much appreciated. And she had a wealth of information. She had a lot of information on what the lifestyle is like, also how to get an agent, what kind of song list to go for, and also what kind of money you're going to be looking for. Pretty much the whole package. It was great. A lot of my questions, pretty much all of my questions, were actually answered during that session call, strategy call at that point in time. And at the end of that call, I got kind of like a to-do list, things that I have to work on. When I presented my promotional materials at that point in time, she kind of analyzed them, said, okay, this is good, work on this, et cetera, et cetera. So now I know what I have to do in order to get ready to present myself to agents so that hopefully an agent can pick me up so that I can ultimately get work and get booked as an online, on a cruise line, piano bar entertainer and singer. So I just wanted to put this out to anyone who was also thinking about doing something very similar. Lara is great to deal with. I actually plan to do further strategy sessions with her in the future, so I'm very much looking forward to that. But in the meanwhile, with my to-do list, my homework list, I'm working on things to get myself ready as well. So if anybody is out there looking to do something very similar, I highly recommend that you book session with Lara, or maybe even join her online community so that you can get your questions answered and also get ready for professional life as a musician on cruise lines as a piano bar entertainer. So Lara, thank you very much for the sessions. It's been wonderful. I'm working on my list now, and I look forward to meeting with you again in the future. And for anyone else watching this video, I wish you all the best and definitely highly recommend Lara. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Emilie and I'm a piano bar entertainer on cruises. Exactly 1 year ago I met Lara, and she's the one who helped me make this dream come true. I have wanted to work on cruises for a while. Back then I had a band in London and we were planning to do it together, but we never found the right moment for all of us. So I decided to go for it on my own. The problem was I had no knowledges of the industry or how to proceed. So I started to ask around, contacted companies, and then one of our mutual friends in London told me that he knew this girl, Lara, who had been doing this for a while. So without any expectations, I decided to contact her on Instagram, and lucky me, she answered. So as you can imagine, I had countless questions of the industry. How does it work? Was my portfolio good enough? And talking to Lara made me realize something very important. I didn't have to do it just as a singer. I could also be a pianist. So I had played piano when I was younger. I'm classically trained for over 10 years, but my skills were quite rusty, and Lara helped me regain confidence. So I knew how to read sheet music, but not chord charts. And that's a very different system, and she guided me, encouraged me, and shared so many tips. So I think the main trick in this job is fake it until you make it. So I work hard, very hard, and it took me a few months to get ready, to learn the repertoire, to polish my skills, and eventually, with her help and contacts, I got in touch with some agencies. Soon after, I signed my very first contract, and I went on board. And the adaptation phase was pretty challenging at first, especially musically, but now I'm the happiest in the world. So Lara saved me so much time and helped me every step of the way. So today I just want to say thank you, Lara, for everything you've done for me. You really changed my life.
Hello, we are Vaivén. I'm Agos.
And I am Maxi. We are musicians from Argentina.
We joined Safi Bruyel's group Gig Accelerator, and it has been such a valuable experience for us.
Before the program, we were a little discouraged.
Yeah, kind of flourish and frustrated by not getting any response from the cruise ships lines and the agencies.
But with Safi's help, we learned how to organize our staff, be more strategic, and show what agencies are actually looking for.
And beyond the tools and the info, what really stood out is the human side. The support and the motivation were really important from Safi and from the group.
Yeah, it's really inspiring to share this process with other musicians going through in the same journey.
If you're thinking about joining, please seriously go for it. Go for it, you won't regret it.
If you're watching this and thinking, I want this, but I just don't know where to start, I made a free guide called The Honest Guide to Cruise Ships for Musicians, and the link is in the description. It's perfect if you want to know your first steps towards cruise ships, or even just to know whether it's the right path for you. Grab it, have a read, and you'll know if this path makes sense for you. Now let's get back to the musician stories.
Hi everyone, I just finished Lara's cruise training program and I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. I learned a lot about how to prepare a show reel and how to choose the right songs. Lara gave me very clear advices and real feedback from her own experience on cruise ships, which helped me understand what agencies are really looking for. It was really nice to meet other musicians from all around the world, share ideas and support each other. So yes, I really recommend the program to anyone who wants to work on cruise ships, and it gave me confidence and motivation to move forward.
Hi, my name is Katie and I am a musical theatre and performance teacher, and I'm also performing in music in various capacities, such as producing my own cabarets. When I saw the advert for the Cruise Accelerator, I was quite excited because I really enjoy a challenge, first of all, and as I've worked on cruise ships in the past many years ago as a production dancer and singer, I thought it would be really nice to experience what it would be like to be a solo performer. And I thought the course sounded like something that I was going to be able to fit into my part-time work and my own music work that I'm doing presently. So on joining the course, I was delighted to meet such a great bunch of people, and as I was struggling to sort of get motivated into what songs to learn, Lara provided some brilliant options for us, and we were able to discuss, with each other what songs were working. We were placed in groups, which really helped inspire us to sort of check in with each other. And I think what helped me in particular was having a goal. To sort of achieve a certain number of songs to learn, whether that be vocally or playing or together. I found different ways of sort of cheat learning, if you like, quickly to sort of get on board with my list and to tick off what needed to be done. And I think checking in with the weekly group on Zoom was awesome because we were able to, sort of swap stories about how we were going. And I understood we were all going through the same sort of technical learning, which was trying to find time and make time. So I think it's really good to have that inspiration from others. I would definitely recommend this course to anyone because apart from the fact that Lara, or Safi as we called her, was exceedingly positive and very understanding of what musicians go through, and obviously their work commitments alongside learning. I think she was very, very understanding, yet also very sort of challenging to make us go away and do certain things and have little missions that we had to complete. So I really enjoyed having that to sort of, challenge me to learn more from week to week. I think ideally the show reel was probably the hardest thing to pin down, mainly because although I had lots of show reels as an artist singing and dancing, I didn't have any playing keys. So my challenge was to find enough content to put together my show reel, which I did, and I'm now visiting various muso nights. So I would definitely suggest check out your music nights as soon as possible that you can book in and go and try out, and that will also give you that challenge to get on and learn. I had a wonderful time. I'm really looking forward to maybe another course that we can do. I'm already starting to put professional show reels together now, so by the end of the year I hope that I can start sending off to agents, and ideally I think everything that I've learned with the Cruise Accelerator course and the other musicians, which was so lovely, swapping information and learning from each other like we should always do. I think that has put me on the right journey now, knowing what I need to achieve, what I need to do. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next year ahead, when I hopefully will be able to get a contract on board a ship as a solo performer. Thank you, Cruise Accelerator. Thank you, Lara.
Hello, I'm a singing pianist, and I would like to say how useful was my strategy call with Lara, because I have a lot of doubts about how to apply with the agencies and what to show exactly with my promo videos. And then after the simple call, I understood how to apply if I want to get a cruise ship contract.
Hello. My name is Agustin and I work as a musician on cruise ships. Back in 2021, I was busking in the streets of London. By this point, I've been doing that for like 5 years and it was my full-time job and I loved it. But I wanted to try something different. And I saw that Safi was working on cruise ships. I think she was doing her first contract around that time. So I asked her what's it like working as a musician on a cruise ship. She told me about it, and then I thought maybe I want to try it as well. So she helped me get my first contract. She answered all my questions, and I had so many questions, like what kind of songs you need, how many songs you need, what's it like living on a ship and everything. She answered all my questions and she helped me get my first contract. And that was more than 3 years ago. So for the past 3 years, I've been working on cruise ships and I love it. So thank you very much, Safi, for your help.
So this is what the process actually looks like when you work with someone who's been there and who know this industry. If you're still curious or researching whether that's the right path for you, feel free to grab the honest guides to cruise ships for musicians down in the description. Now, if you know that you want this, but you're stuck on one specific thing, whether it be your show reel, your song list, or your application process, or just figuring out if your skill level is right for cruise ships, feel free to book a 15 minutes quick assessment with me, so I'll tell you honestly where you're at and where you stand for cruise ships and whether you have strong chances of getting hired. And if you're ready to go all in and you want a full strategy session where we deep dive into your specific situation and build a game plan so that we maximize your chances of getting hired, feel free to book a full strategy session. It's 45 minutes and the link is also in the description. Also, I'm so excited because in the next couple of weeks I'll be launching a full course on the whole process from start to finish on how to get hired as a musician on cruise ships. If you want early discounts and to be notified as soon as it's released, just grab the free guide and I'll send it to your email address once it's ready. The only difference between the people in this video that you've just watched and you is that these people took action. They didn't have it all perfect at the beginning and neither did I, but because you take action, because you go for it, then you really give yourself a chance to succeed at what you truly want. And if cruise ships are what you truly want, let's have a chat, you and me, down below. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what story resonated the most with you, and I'll see you next week for the next video.